Good evening. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having an absolutely amazing Thursday evening. For those of you that are new to this group, welcome. Welcome to the Pre-Doctor of Physical Therapy Students page. Welcome to this platform, one of the Pre-PT Grind platforms. As one of the co-founders of Pre-PT Grind, it is our aim and goal and purpose to help you as pre-PTs get accepted into PT school without wasting time or money. Aisha, how are you doing? Good to see you. For those of y'all that are watching this live or on replay, thank you for joining us. Every single Thursday night, this is what we do. Josh, Kelsey, good to see you. Every single Thursday night, Casey and I come into this group, the Pre-Doctor of Physical Therapy Students page, to just share some thoughts with you. Many times it's based off of experiences we've had ourselves as physical therapists and former pre-PTs, experiences that we've shared or things that we've seen happen in the lives of our students, or questions that we've gotten. And every single time it's mainly for the purpose of making sure that y'all have everything you need to absolutely crush it as applicants for physical therapy school. Josh, how you doing? And for those of y'all that are watching live right now, first of all, let me know where you guys are watching from. If you guys are watching this on replay, let me know where y'all are watching from right now. And has the temperature gotten cold yet? For some reason here in Tampa, it got chilly a little bit. Like it's been 90s, like humid, which is Florida, customary Florida weather. But today, for some reason, started to cool off a little bit. So I don't know if fall's coming. But if you're watching it live, if you're watching this on replay, let us know where you're watching this from. But tonight we have a topic that is extremely important. It's extremely important as a pre-PT for Cali. It's 90s. All right, Thomas. Thomas, good to see you, man. Cali, we're in Cali, SoCal. Northern California, but really, like, this topic is one that's going to be extremely important for every single person in this group to hear. When this is a podcast episode, or if you're watching this live or on replay, I would love for you, if you're like, man, this was very, very helpful. This is one that you may want to tag some of your friends who might be in this group, or friends that are not in this group yet. You might want to tag them on this one, because this is one that's very reflective on one key thing that my pre-PT advisor did not show me. And in the next few moments, Casey will be joining me on this live stream. Northern California, perfect. But if you guys have friends inside of this group and you're like, hey, this might be one that they want to see, that they want to experience, you might want to tag them in this one. But tonight's topic, and Casey, there we go. I see Casey just joined us. Let's see if we can let Casey on. All right, Casey. Let's see. Okay, hold up.
Any better?
Yeah, crystal clear. Audrey, good to see you. All right, perfect. F. Scott, good to see you. Excellent. So for those of y'all that are here with us, tonight's topic is what my pre-PT advisor failed to tell me. Now, for those of y'all that might be new to pre-PT, really, like, y'all, we're going to say some stuff sometimes that you might be like, yo, like, someone's bold enough to say that. It's just because we just say the truth. Like, this is just how it is. And for a lot of pre-PTs, and the reason why we even exist is simply because a lot of pre-physical therapy students are led down the path of believing that they're not qualified for PT school. That means they feel like they don't have what it takes. That means that they feel like their GPA is holding them away from that. Maybe they've applied before, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and have gotten rejected. Maybe they have, Allison, what's up? Maybe their GRE score is not exactly what they want it to be. It hasn't hit that 300. Maybe they just had a semester. Their grades just were not exactly what they wanted. What's up, Karen? And the honest truth is, there are so many pre-PTs that just like pull the plug. Like, so y'all might hear us talk about the acceptance system, right? Which is our coaching program. What we call them is the 12K Nation, because roughly 12,000-ish students get accepted into PT school each year. But imagine how many more apply, and imagine how many more don't even reapply or apply for the first time because somebody told them, or maybe even themselves, maybe they led themselves to believe that they were not qualified to be in PT school. So tonight, let's talk about one specific thing that my pre-PT advisor, ironically, Casey and I have the same advisor, but my pre-PT advisor did not tell me, did not show us. And had we understood that, and honestly, more specifically, the story I'm about to share with you, had these 5 pre-PTs and many more like them, had they understood what we're about to share with you tonight, their journeys would have been completely different. If y'all are like, yo, can you guys please share that with us? I want y'all to let us know below. If you guys want us to share with you what our pre-PT advisor did not share with us, say yes below. I just want to know if y'all are interested in finding out what that is. And then when we share it with you tonight, all I can ask is that you apply it. You apply it, because, like, I'll be real. And I was talking to the alumni group for the acceptance system this morning. Y'all, this is not an easy journey. It's not like it can't be. And I think sometimes we lead ourselves to believe that it should be easy. We lead ourselves to believe that if my classes don't go the way I want them to go, then, well, that must be a sign that I might be going down the wrong path. We are led to believe that, when our GREs, listen, we're not all great at standardized exams. Like, I suck at standardized exams. But still, there are certain things that, like, we do, or experiences that we go through that lead us to think, shoot, like, should I be something else? Should I do something else? So let's talk about it. My sophomore year, let me give you a little backstory. My family is originally from Kenya. And we came to the U.S. in 2000, and I think I've shared this part before, so I'll speed through it. But one of the good stuff, Thomas. One of the key things that my parents made very clear is that they wanted us to excel at the highest level possible, which for them was becoming a lawyer, becoming a physician. What's up, Kyle Rice? Becoming an engineer, lawyer, or physician or doctor, and that was pretty much what I carried all the way through my junior year in high school. My junior year in high school was when I encountered physical therapy for the first time. It was during a training at my high school. I was like, yo, they get paid to do that? Hey, listen, that matches my personality. I like talking to people. I like this. It was mind-blowing. But at the end of the day, like, what my parents' expectations of me were still held me back until I had a conversation with a physician. And that physician during my senior year pretty much told me, yo, like, the things that you're trying to do, the things that you love, family, time, all those things will actually be embodied in physical therapy. And so I went into my freshman year in college. Knowing, yo, like, I want physical therapy. But I wasn't the only one. There was 5 other friends. Really, honestly, it was 8 other friends. 3 of them became physical therapists and graduated with me. But 5 other friends that from the get-go, like from orientation week, Casey, you remember orientation week at Andrews, right? From orientation week, we were all so locked in on physical therapy. And this doesn't always happen. So real quick, let me just see. If you guys knew, like, from freshman year that you were going to be in physical therapy school, or you were going to apply to PT school, say me. And then if you decided later, comment later. Like, let's say you did what Casey did, and you went down like pre-pharmacy, which is what Casey did initially, and then you decided to switch to PT later. Comment later. If y'all switched up, comment later. If you from the first day of freshman year you were like, yo, PT is it, then comment like me. Comment me. Yeah, Kyle Rice, pre-med, and then later. Okay, Karen, it was later. Perfect. Y'all, if you're live, let me know. Let me know, because I came in with these students from man, you were like me. So from freshman year, I was like, yo, PT is the ish. Now, here's what the problem with that was. Whether you decide to become a physical therapist later, or whether you decide to do it from the first day of freshman year, there's something about it that makes you realize, yo, like, this is where I see myself being. Like, the reason why you're on this live stream, the reason why you might be listening to this as a podcast episode, is because you're genuinely interested in y'all, like, in crushing it as a future physical therapist.
But those other 5 students felt the same thing. Now, unfortunately, the first year and a half of our pre-PT journey was kind of rough for them for different reasons. Some more personal, some just literally just lack of focus. Y'all listen, freshman year sometimes is just crazy. It's overwhelming. You're transitioning from high school. You have this freedom. And so all of them within a year and a half were told by our advisor to pull the plug on physical therapy based off of their grades. And to be honest with you, those are the 5 students that ultimately led to the creation of what is now pre-PT grind. Like that was like the origin story. Like me being pissed off enough with that situation ultimately grew to what is now pre-PT grind. But here's what frustrated me. And I thought it was just my advisor. I later realized it's the majority of advisors in the US. But what frustrated me is that in that situation, y'all, they were in their sophomore year, not senior year, not a non-traditional student who's coming to retake classes after finishing their bachelor's, Casey. They were sophomores. Like it was around Christmas time. And the advisor, our mutual advisor, looked at their grades and said, hey, your GPA won't hold up. It doesn't look like you're going to make it. I suggest you find a different career path. Sorry, I strongly suggest you find a different career path. And they did. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when your advisor, someone that you trust, someone that has clearly advised other pre-PTs, what are you going to do when they tell you pull the plug? But our advisor failed to tell us something extremely important. And if y'all can understand what we're about to share with you right now, your chances of getting into PT school will increase tremendously. I want someone to comment this formula below. Like comment, if you're live, if you're one of the people that are live right now, if you're watching this on replay, I want you to comment this formula below. I'm about to give you a formula that will literally jumpstart you and help y'all understand the game that you're really playing if you want to be in PT school. All right, cool. So the formula is Q over S equals S. Just comment that below and then I'll explain it. If you guys are watching this live, if you're watching this on replay as well, comment that below. Q over S equals S. Q over F, man, Casey, if they had just told us this, man, like if we understood this, it would have changed how we looked at our journey. And Q over S equals S. So what does Q over S equals S? Well, the Q stands for questions. The first S stands for statements. The last S stands for success. So questions over statements equals pre-PT success. Y'all can write that out now in the comments. Questions over / statements equals pre-PT success. Now, why was that so important? Thomas, why was that so important? When they were a year and a half into being undergrad students, based off of what they had done, okay, yes, they had a rough start to their undergrad, but don't a lot of people? Like, don't like the reason why so many pre-PTs are hungry now and they're trying to figure out like how can I still get in with the low GPA is because we all either had a rough start. We and it's not your fault. Like, listen, like I don't know about y'all, but like I didn't walk into my undergrad year, my freshman year of undergrad, like with a guideline on how to navigate the balance of friendship and this and that or whatever. Like we weren't taught that. You're just kind of thrown into it. So it's really not your fault, but it happened, right? And so what they didn't tell us that like statements were actually harming our chances of getting in. What do I mean by statements? Statements are when you look at what's happened, whether it's like your grades are bad, whether it's you have a low GRE score, you haven't gotten your 300, whether it's getting rejected from PT school the first time or the second time or the third time, and the statement is made, well, maybe you're not meant for PT. That's a statement. Maybe you just can't pass standardized exams, so just don't pass it. Give up on it. That's a statement. Maybe you won't be able to handle PT school because you weren't able to handle your undergrad classes. That's a statement. Personal statements. My GPA is too low. I must not have a shot. That's a statement. My GPA reflects what I've seen other students struggle with and not get in. That's a statement. I must not have a shot. I guess it wasn't meant for me. That's a statement. Y'all see what happens? A lot of our advisors are showing us that every single time we have an obstacle, mostly what we can do is have a statement. Now, if it's something small, right? If it's something light, where you maybe didn't schedule a class properly, those are easy problems to fix. But when it gets too big, we're giving statements. What they didn't tell us is that questions are the only way to guarantee acceptance. Questions, what I mean by questions is every single time you guys have a problem, do y'all understand that there's always a solution for it? Have y'all ever understood that bit? Like every single time you have a problem, and I'm talking about every single problem. I don't care if you have a 2.1 GPA. I don't care if you failed the GRE the last 7 times you've taken it. I don't really care if you've been rejected from PT school the last 5 years in a row. Every single time there's a problem, there is a solution. The problem is we've been taught that statements are the way to navigate through life. So we look in the future based off of what's happening. We just say, hey, you know what? This is probably not going to happen. And it actually kills the dreams of multiple pre-PTs. Out of those 5 students I just told y'all about, all 5 of them pulled the plug. Out of all 5, one of them actually said, screw this, a few years later, and actually came back. And they're going to be graduating from PT school. Actually, no, they just graduated from PT school this year. They just graduated from PT school this year. A good friend of mine who was told by their advisor, you cannot get in because your GPA right now as a sophomore in undergrad states that you will not have a shot in hell at getting accepted into a doctor of physical therapy program. But they're a PT right now. So how many other pre-PTs are getting their dreams taken away from them because of statements? Why can't we ask questions? Why can't we say, yo, man, dang, this GRE is kicking my butt. Okay, what do I have to do to navigate the GRE? Okay, maybe I'm not good at standardized exams. Casey, what do I, like how can I do? Y'all, like when you start asking questions, it completely opens up a new passageway. Y'all literally got to look at it as like a fork in the road. Every single time there's a problem, there is a fork in the road. Comment that below. If y'all are live right now, comment. Every time there's a problem, there is a fork in the road. Every time there's a fork in the road. Jimmy, you're correct. Like every single time. And your choice is to either make a statement and literally, like, y'all, when you make statements, you're just clearing your path towards the very thing you don't want to happen, right? But when you start asking questions, now you're saying, okay, how can I actually navigate this? When Casey and I saw the problem of, yo, there's pre-PTs getting stuck, okay, we asked, how can we navigate this? It's turned into this. It's turned into the acceptance system. It's turned into our coaching services. When Casey got rejected from PT school after his first attempt, he could have made a statement. He's like, oh, damn, listen, maybe that's God telling me. Maybe that's God saying that I'm not meant to be a physical therapist. Y'all, I can't even imagine, like, how many people have been impacted by Casey's career so far? To tell you what, if y'all are watching this live right now or watching this on replay, if Casey has in some way helped you navigate through your career, just say yes below. Say yes in the comments. Whether that's through a podcast, whether that's through his story, whether that's through essay editing, whether that's through, coaching, whether that's through just watching how he does what he does. Like, y'all listen, y'all. People don't understand that when they decide, you're in the driver's seat at all times. It's nobody else's fault. It's nobody else's decision. But when you let someone make statements on your behalf, or when you let someone like force you to make a statement, and a statement is final. A statement is you saying, yo, this can't happen because of blank. Well, you've kind of closed the door already. So questions over statements equal pre-PT success. Casey, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, it's just like, who else are you saying? Like, if you're saying no, like you were talking about statements, if you're making a statement or letting someone else make a statement for you, if you're accepting that or you're saying no for yourself, how many other people are you saying no for? That's basically what you were saying. Like, if I just made that statement, said no, no, that's it. This is a sign. It's over. I was saying no for a lot of other people,
Wow.
and I didn't even know y'all existed. It's scary to think about. It's a little crazy to think about. I don't think about it too much, but that's really what you're doing. It's really what you're doing. So what I want you guys to really do or really think about is to question everyone about everything, because you sure do it to us. You really do. Like, I'm not. It is what it is. We can be real. We've been doing this for a while. Y'all question pre-PT grind, myself, and just about everything. Why don't you question your advisors? The PT you're observing. Your family who said you can't do it. Your friends who said you can't do it. Why are you not questioning them about what they said you cannot do?
Woo.
Instead of just accepting their statements. You're just accepting their statements, but not questioning why they even said that. And you're just letting them say no for you and everybody else you can impact, which is crazy. But for us, when we're trying to help you, you're questioning, oh, what can Pre-PT Grind do for me? Who are these guys? What can they really do? What's going on here? How many people have they really got into school? Do they even know what they're talking about? You can question us about everything, but when it comes to people making statements about your future and your career, who are trying to take from it, you don't even think to question them. But when we're trying to give to you, you're questioning us. So flip that. Question everyone, because you're already doing it to us, but question them as well. Your advisors, your teachers, the PTs you're observing who said you can't do it when you told them their situation, your family, your friends. Man, yeah, I messed up this year, but why can't I try again? Why can't I just retake a class? Why can't you help me? Why can't you give me another point of view? Just whatever questions you have. Use what Joseph was talking about for your advantage. Yes, you use the questions for yourself because you're the only one in your head, but the people just throwing rocks at you, throwing you down all day, all week, all month, throughout the year saying you can't do it. Why? Just because I had a little obstacle? Like, they never had any obstacles in their life. Like, they never went through anything. Question them. Question them. And that's the only thing. That's the only thing that just kept playing through my mind when you were going off, Joseph. Like, we so easily accept those negative statements. We're so drowned by it. We're so caught up in the weeds in what everybody is saying for our life. And it's interesting because I'm sure I was there at one point. I'm sure people have had worse situations than me, but I'm sure I was there, just accepting those statements instead of questioning. So just that's all I really have. I don't really have to go on long about it, but you guys need to think about that. Are you accepting statements from people who are taking from your career, or are you questioning them on why you cannot do what your ultimate goal in life is to do? Because if you're doing it to us, you need to do it to them. So we're just trying to help you. We got free stuff everywhere. We got paid stuff too. But we've been giving you all of this advice, all of this stuff to get you where you want to go. So that's it. Question versus taking their statements as word, as bond. That's it. I'm
going to say two quick things. Jimmy, I'm never going to pull punches, and neither is Casey. I need y'all to understand two things. First thing I need is an understanding thing, and then the next thing I'm going to have you comment below. So pay close attention. Understand that the people, I'm about to say something that will hurt. The people that usually give you statements are usually achieving below the level that you're trying to get to. Most people that are achieving at a higher level than where you're trying to get to want to pull you up with them, which means that they actually see things very differently. So for example, like Casey and I have had to push ourselves as individuals and develop like our own thinking in order to get y'all to think like this. Like we don't like y'all have to understand that. So what I mean by that is like your advisors, like half the time is because they ain't never been to PT school. They don't know what you're really going through.
Wow.
They were just hired for the job because they paid well, or maybe they have some connections in the department. Like, let's be real. Like most of the times they're actually not PTs. So they really don't know what you're going through, and they don't have the heart and passion that you're going through. Number two, oh God, y'all gotta be careful. No, F that. Like, y'all, sometimes like they haven't pushed themselves to to what they wanted with their careers. Like, if that's the position they're in, there's a good shot that they themselves have never put themselves in a position where they're gonna like double down on their dream regardless of what anybody else says. So for them, everything is just about numbers and just like, oh, this doesn't look like it's gonna be probable, so I'm not going to do it. This job looks like it's gonna be harder to get, so let me not go for that. So the honest truth is, how in the world are they gonna help you do that? So you have to understand that if y'all want to get in, like y'all, like Casey and I like strongly believe that the best way to get into PT school is to have non-traditional guidance, but you always have to have it from people that achieve at a much higher level and dream and push at a much higher level than where you're trying to, than where you're playing right now. Because that's the only way they will push you to ask questions. Y'all have to ask questions, empower yourselves. But the next thing I want y'all to understand, what I'm about to say next, I would love for y'all to comment below. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on replay, I want you to write this below. No problem. There is no problem without an equal and more powerful solution. Let's make that even more specific. There is no pre-PT problem, none. I don't care if it's GPA, I don't care if it's GRE, I really don't care if you're trying to get to PT school when you're 55. Like, there is absolutely no problem, no pre-PT problem without an equal and more powerful solution. The reason why you might feel stuck is because you're not asking enough questions. Where's the solution? How you doing, Aaron? Where is it? There is no pre-PT problem. Y'all, like, comment this below, because I want y'all to really understand this. There is no pre-PT problem without an equal that is without an equal and more powerful solution. There is absolutely nothing y'all can experience right now as a pre-PT that doesn't actually have a solution. I'm only saying that because we've seen it. Like, from our students, we've seen students that have gotten rejected 3 times and then gotten it. 2.4 GPA and then gotten it. Bombed the GRE 4 times and then crushed it on their 5th. These are specific stories. Non-traditional, worked a job for 60 years and then started to go back to school, realizing that most of the classes they took as prereqs were actually outdated. Still got it. Currently a first-year PT student. So y'all have to understand, there is no pre-PT problem without an equal and more powerful solution. But you will constantly stand in your way. You will constantly hold yourself back from ever becoming a doctor of physical therapy student if you don't ask questions. Stop taking statements. Like, stop taking statements. There's a reason why we try to empower y'all so much, is because we really don't believe there's a ceiling. Like, there has been no problem, at least no problem I've seen so far, that will hold you back from being a PT, like a dominant PT school applicant. Some problems require harder work. Most problems require guidance from someone that actually understands it, whether that's us, whether that's a friend of you, like whoever's got it. Most problems require guidance from someone that will not hold the punches, that will give you that will direct you step by step by step by step by step, because they're dreaming at a much higher level than you are currently capable of dreaming. There is no pre-PT problem without an equal and more powerful solution. If y'all can understand that, then it's absolutely game over for y'all. It is. It is. Y'all, listen, we ain't gonna stop. Like, we're gonna keep coming out. Like, what's up, Aaron? How you doing, brother? Like, the biggest thing is we're not going to stop, like, communicating this to you, because we want y'all to absolutely destroy the game. The way of getting into PT school has completely changed. The power is being taken from advisors. The power is being taken from other people that have absolutely no, like, they have absolutely no business taking control of where you're trying to be or where you're not trying to be. They have no business. It's yours. Everyone should, if you have a dream to become a physical therapist, the people around you should be helping you facilitate that. And if any one of them, I'm talking about advisors, I'm talking about parents, I'm talking about classmates, I'm talking about friends, if any one of them, honestly, it might even be you. If any one of them is holding you back, then something has to happen in regards to your journey, because they're going to be the very people that, like an anchor, that will force you to sink. And the day you decide to give up on your dream, you're going to be like, I couldn't have done any better. You'll actually believe that you couldn't have done any better. And now that's sad. No one here should ever have to believe that. There is no pre-PT problem without an equal and more powerful solution. Start asking questions. If y'all are still stuck, hit us up, right? This is what we do. This is what we do. Hit us up. Go to contactpreptgrind.com. Protect and defend your dream. Let's get it, Jimmy. It's your dream. It's not mine. Casey and I are already doctors in physical therapy. We do our thing. We good. Like, it's your dream now. So how are you going to build your team? How are you going to set yourself up to have a group of people that will, like, literally, like, y'all can be untouchable if you really want to. You just have to be careful about whether you're around people that give you statements and force you to believe it, or people that actually give you solutions. Aaron Lavar said, I had a college friend who couldn't get into med school and went to med school and transferred back to the U.S. and has a thriving practice. He was even an advisor at one. Okay, so look at that. Like, people, you can't hold yourself back from your dream. Y'all, if y'all want it, go get it. Stop making statements. Stop believing people who are giving you statements. Start asking questions. Go freaking crush it. Y'all have an absolutely amazing rest of your Thursday evening. And before I go out, make sure to tag at least 3 people in this. Y'all, I need as many pre-PTs to listen to this as possible. But only the ones that take action on this give themselves an amazing shot at getting in. Y'all have a good one.